Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Contract Simplified. I am Advocate Kritika here today with a new video all about how to draft an effective breach of contract notice or a demand letter. In many of the interviews I have attended, one of the recurring questions that pertain the contents of a notice to be sent in the event of breach of contract, also known as the demand letter. While initially I am unsure of the reasoning behind this enquiry, I have come to an interpretation that it's a gauge of one's proficiency in contract law and attention to detail. Crafting such a notice requires not only a deep understanding of contractual obligation, but also a meticulous consideration of compliance, commercial, and financial terms. It's a task that demands exemplary knowledge in the domain and an ability to articulate the implications of the contractual breaches effectively. Feel free to share in the comments if you have encountered a similar question about drafting of a notice of breach of contract during your interviews. Moving ahead, let's understand the basics of notice to be sent for breach of contract. While drafting a notice of breach of contract or a demand notice, it's crucial to include specific details to clearly outline the breach and the consequences. Here are the key points that are to be included. The first one is letterhead. Notice of breach of contract can be sent by the aggrieved party directly, and this communication may also be facilitated by their legal representative. It is customary for such notices to be issued on official letterheads, ensuring clarity and formality in the correspondence. Followed by identification of parties. Begin by identifying the parties involved in the contract, including their full legal names, any relevant identifiers, such as company names, addresses, or any reference number. Followed by notice of breach. Explicitly state that the recipient is in breach of the contract. Followed by reference to contract and breach terms in contract. Clearly state the title or type of the contract being breached, along with the date it was entered into and any specific clauses or section relevant to the breach. Description of breach. Provide a detailed description of the breach itself, including what actions or obligations were not fulfilled as per the terms of the contract. Be specific and cite relevant sections of the contract wherever applicable. Timeline of events. Include a timeline outlining the sequence of events leading up to the brief, highlighting any deadlines, milestones, or obligations that were missed or inadequately met. Evidence. Present any supporting documentation or evidence that demonstrates the occurrence of the breach. This may include correspondence, invoices, delivery receipts, or other relevant records. Consequences of breach. Clearly articulate the consequences or remedies specified in the contract for breaching parties. This could include financial penalties, termination of contract, or other legal actions. Any other clauses in the contract. Ensure that the contract contains a provision to address situations where breach notices are issued or breaches occur, potentially falling under confidentiality or commercial clauses. If such a provision exists, make sure you give reference to it in the notice. Demand for cure or remedy. Specify what actions are required to remedy the breach and provide a reasonable deadline for compliance. This could involve payment of damages, completion of outstanding work, or any other corrective measures necessary to fulfill the terms of the contract. Intent to enforce right. Clearly state your intention to enforce any legal rights or remedies available under the contract or applicable law if the breach is not remedied. Deadline for response. Specify a reasonable deadline by which the breaching party must respond to the notice, acknowledging their receipt and indicating their intentions to remedy the breach or contest the claims made. Consequences of inaction. Clearly state the potential consequences of failing to respond or remedy the breach within the specified timeline, including further legal actions or escalation of the matter. Contact information. Provide contract information for further communication or clarification, including names, address, phone number, and email addresses of relevant parties or their legal representatives. Delivery method. Clearly state how the notice is being delivered, example via certified mail or email or hand delivery, and any other requirement for proof of receipt. This should be in consonance with the agreement or the contract. Followed by signature. Sign the notice to authenticate it and indicate the sender's authority. By including these key points in your notice of breach of contract, you can effectively communicate the nature of the breach and the desired course of action to the other party. In conclusion, the process of drafting a notice for breach of contract is a critical aspect of contract law that underscores both legal acumen and attention to detail. Crafting such a notice requires a comprehensive understanding of contractual obligations along with a meticulous consideration of compliance, commercial, and financial terms. Though the comprehensive understanding and implementation of these key points, individuals can proficiently navigate the intricacies of addressing breaches of contract, thereby upholding the integrity and enforceability of contractual agreements. If you have encountered similar inquiries in your interviews or have insights to share on this topic, I invite you to share the same in the comment section. This article is a brain product of one of our discussions that I had with a law student about his upcoming interview. Having received numerous inquiries about interviews and demo sessions, have been inspired to offer more of them pro bono. In the spirit of giving back, I'll be providing these sessions no cost, that is pro bono, to whoever have subscribed to our newsletter. This is just to make the subscribers feel valued and make them feel special. The booking link for this demo session will be exclusively shared with them via email or via WhatsApp. And what are you waiting for? Do join us right now and let us enhance our interview skills together. Once again, thank you for watching the video completely. And if you have any question, please feel free to reach out. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel Contract Simplified.